Here we are on our way to Cape Verde and Boa Vista, a beautiful little island in the Atlantic, on Thomson Airways. Good flight, plenty of leg room, lovely aeroplane. And here we are, arrived now at our destination and standing in the queue for passport control in the heat of 26 degrees C. Having got through that, we're on the road now to our resort. Now this road is made of millions, and I mean millions of cobblestones, and in this country they drive on the right most of the time, sometimes on the left, but then they change to the right and back to the left. Mind you, down the middle might be better, so let's try a bit of that. But what's that in the distance? A lorry. So move over to the left and let him pass on the right. And so now we can move back to the middle, and there's the driver deeply concentrating on what's going on ahead, making up his mind which way he's going to go next. And here comes the car, so we'll move over to the right and let him pass on the left. Really good. I enjoyed that bit. These roads now, modern, with a bit of rock fall there, and they were built and paid for by the people who developed the resort that we're going to visit, in anticipation of a lot more development taking place in the future. There is a beach here, I can't remember how long it is, but it's very, very long and rated as one of the top 10 beaches in the world. And so we have roundabouts in the middle of nowhere for absolutely no reason whatsoever at the moment. There's some people sorting out some rock falls again. And now we're approaching the seaside and the Santa Monica beach, which is where all the development is going to take place. And what's that in the distance? A town. A big town. No, it is a resort. Absolutely enormous. It goes on and on forever. But we must be getting very close now to the entrance, one would have thought, because the town seems to run out about there, doesn't it? I mean, there is absolutely no other development around here whatsoever. The resort is totally and utterly isolated. But yes, here we are. After about a half hour's drive, we arrive at the resort. And even this little drive is fairly long, from the gate to the reception. But we are nearly there. Oh, we've arrived. There's the reception area. And now we'll take a little look around the grounds. There's some lovely flowers. The specialist restaurants. The theatre. And the shops. It's all really nicely laid out with some beautiful lighting at night and sculptures in the recesses. All very tastefully done. And there's one of the cleaners on her way, and there's one of the barmen pouring a drink. No measures, just top it up, have a little smile and serve it. All service with a little smile. And this is the rooms, or one of our rooms, the beautiful decorations every day and view from our balcony. And there's our balcony and rooms up there. I'm pointing to them now. There they are close up. And plenty of crickets. Down at the beach, which was very wide and covered with beautiful soft sand, or reasonably soft sand, and now you can look back at the resort from the beach, and you can also see the red flag flying up there because the sea is very dangerous. Yeah, we were warned about the undercurrents by the rep. I reckon not a week went by without somebody breaking their leg or their ankle, getting pulled over. There are the two ladies sitting there, watching the sea come in, all nice and peaceful. Beautiful. Or is it? Oh, no, maybe not quite as peaceful as you thought. Never mind. Let's run away from this one. Oh, yeah, that's better. Stand up straight, Mandy. Stand up straight. Yeah, difficult, isn't it, when the sea's pulling you backwards? Never mind. Oh, look, here comes another one, and it's gonna blow away! And it did. It did. Get over that one. Now, there's celebrations going on, and we're not quite sure why yet, but I have an inkling that it's due to the arrival of two special people, and I think, yes, here they come, the two fat slags, and they're arriving at, where would you believe? The bar. Yes, they've arrived at the bar. No! Well, the two fat slags are sitting at the bar. Mandy and Karen have swung over to the bar, and they're taking up their regular seats. What a surprise! And ordering their regular cocktails. And they're so regular that the bar lady didn't even need to ask what she wanted. Oh, and there's Susan! Oh, Susan! She doesn't drink, you see. Not so much anyway. So she's just having a look around. Now the beach again, in the evening time, with all the activities. The sitting out area around the pool was very, very well designed. Lots of privacy, and there's some sunbeds in the pool. Oh, the two fat slags at the bar again. Yes, there they are. And the bar lady's gone that way as well. Oh, yes. There we are. Now we have some entertainment. This entertainment was quite clever actually, because it was made to look impromptu, but in fact it wasn't. But the way it was done was very, very good indeed. Not on the stage, just in amongst the gatherings. We were sitting around the bar, or having just had our meal. But they did have some formal stuff on the stage, and there was a good variety of it. A little bit more of the informal stuff, and the girl singers and the boys, they were really, really good with the kids. Got them up, even some of the oldies up there. I had a couple of dances, it was really good. And the girl I danced with could really, really ballroom dance. It was lovely. A little bit of a selection of the local entertainment. It wasn't West End class, but they had a lot of feeling and they put a lot of effort into it. And one night we had the X Factor, where people from the guests from the resort had a go. All very mediocre really, but nonetheless, it was fun, really good fun. And this chap is the bloke who won. We think the chap from Dudley was cheated. Never mind, that's the way things go, isn't it? Well, because he's won, he had to sing again, which is a privilege that most of them get, which he did. And then he sang again. I mean, he was good, but The bloke from Dudley was better, I think, anyway. So did Mandy. But there was other forms of entertainment. This is Studio 54. The lads dancing and singing. I think they were miming, actually. And the girls singing and dancing or miming. I left them on a bit longer because I like them. And then another bloke came on and did a few wiggles. I don't know who he was supposed to be, but he was trying hard. Good for him. I wouldn't have done it. Oh, the girls again. That's nice. So a higgly jiggly jip jip and a little bit of a skip, but nice. We had this chap come on, and I know he was trying to do a Michael Jackson or what it was, but he was quite good. Then the girls came back, so we had quite a variety. And then we had one of the local celebrities from Cape Verde, followed by an evening of African. And since we're only 600 kilometres from the west coast of Africa, I left this on a little bit longer because, let's face it, the locals are mainly African, and they are lovely people. They have a great tradition, and this little show that they put on, as far as I could make out, was telling the story of how they were taken by slaves, or taken as slaves, I should say, by slave traders, because the islands of Cape Verde were used by the Portuguese in those days as a sort of trading station. The slaves that went to America. So that saw the end of a good show, and then a cloud formed over and grew until eventually, as expected, it rained and rained, poured and poured. The rain came down and the water flowed out of the gullies. But never mind, they were ready with mops and squeegees. On the sandbank. And 6 people standing around while one bloke worked. Where did they learn that? In Britain? Sandbags across the restaurant entrance. And people paddling without going in the pool. Then, on one day, Susan and I took a trip in the coach to go and see Solray, the big metropolitan city where our first stop was for breakfast with entertainment. Lovely entertainment. There's our breakfast, accompanied by the entertainment, and then we were led off to the centre of the town, the great metropolis of Solray. So when we finally finished the entertainment, we were then driven into the city. Now, we were taken to the tourist area and we missed the modern shops, but I didn't actually see any Marks and Spencers or Frozers or anything like that. But I did see a few shops underneath these sort of sparsely scattered multi-blocks, and a single block there. The roads between seem to be quite wide, unpaved, and at your leisure. But now we have the centre of attraction, the market, with a balcony where tourists could get strapped or trapped or something or other along the top there. And outside, this is the main square of the great metropolis of Solray. And that's one of the taxis actually going past there. They're all oh, there's the cathedral, the main cathedral, Catholic. The major religion on the island is Catholic. Very sparse, very Spartan. But one of the senior or major tourist attractions. And now we're off to see one of the local schools. The education system in the country or on the island is very sparse. And there's only one high school in the whole of the island. Many of the kids can't afford to get there during the time, so they have to finish school when they're about 12. Next we're off to the fish market. Not very big, but plenty of fish there. And now down to a little restaurant or guest house where we were served snacks, local snacks. Very pleasant actually, owned by Italians, would you believe? That's what I had. And now we're down to the shoreline. There we are. And obviously a place where the guide had commission. Well, there's a shanty town here where the people had to come and collect their water. There's no water, electricity or anything else. And that's where they collect it from for 15 cents for 25 litres. Now the bay is protected by an island called a daughter island and a bit of a reef. And you can see the boats here are very stable, but if you look on the other side, the sea is really rough. And it's quite fascinating. Could have sat there for hours watching this. The waves rolling in, and yet calm. But then we saw a little event. The police turned up because there were some rogue traders on the street, and they'd been reported. And the coppers turned up on their quad bike, went into the house, disappeared, never came out again. So we walked along the road past this little bar and a place where they sold souvenirs with no stress. Then it was time to go back to the resort. and our driver took us through the streets of the main town, all cobbled, must have cost a fortune in terms of labour to make these cobblestones. But there we are. I suppose it created employment. And so now we're leaving a lane along the main boulevard of Salray. And now it's time to go home. Here's the airport again. Looking out onto the apron where the plane will soon be, and there's our duty-free shop. Enormous. And off we go. Onto the runway. Open up the valves. Let's go. Rotate. And we're on our way home. That's the end of a really nice week. Really enjoyed it. Enjoyed your company, Susan, on our trip, and then back along the motorway in Britain towards Wales.
Bate forte o tambor.